Here come. If you want to touch him, guys, come here if you touch him. That's the original construction. Whoa, this ripe, you know, peeps? Tell me. Alright, I'm going to show you down in there. The wood say yes. Watch out, I'm coming. Yeah, guys, them are bird paper. I pick some of them and I bring up some of them. You don't know what this? But what is this, guys? It looks like a chimney. Yeah? But I don't know what. So I'm going to look.
While researching my ancestry, I came across the name Matthew Gregory Lewis, also known as Monk Lewis. In the early 1800s, Lewis documented life on Jamaican plantations, writing about the estates, the landscape, and the people connected to them. And when I realized that, something struck me. More than 200 years later, here I am, doing something very similar. Traveling across Jamaica, exploring old plantations, documenting the ruins and the stories they left behind. But during my research, I discovered something even more interesting. A plantation connected to the Lewis name. And when I saw the image, I realized something surprising. It was somewhere I had already been. So today, I came back to take another look at the Coley Plantation here in Western St. Thomas.
Hey guys, so today we are in Western St. Thomas, and as I told you from the intro, I will be showing you the Coley Plantation. But there is so much history surrounding this Coley Plantation, and if you're looking out, that's the gates behind us. That's the entrance to the Coley Great House, and there is a saying that Robert Lightburn, he lived over at that house, but I'm gonna show you all of that. Alright, but first we're gonna look at one of the factories that were here in St. Thomas before it was abandoned. Alright, so I'll show you that, guys. And yeah, we're in Western St. Thomas. Welcome back to Elite Jamaica. It's a pleasure having you all here. So make we do this. Yeah guys, so we're heading down to the factory first, and I'll show you the factory, then we go on to the plantation. I'll show you the great house, I'll show you the curing rooms, I'll show you the boiler rooms, and I'll show you the Paul Bogle jail. It's alleged that, because I did a video over here already and I listed it as the Paul Bogle jail, but it's oral information passed down through the Maroons. I'm not finding any information online, but it is said that when they wanted to capture Paul Bogle, he was actually captured when he went across the hill. He was captured by the Maroons by mistake, and he was held at the jail over there. So I'm gonna show you the jail. The jail is across the bush over there. I'm gonna show you the jail, guys, but I'm gonna show you inside of this building over here first. That's a warehouse, that's a factory that has been here, and this is no longer used. A lot of people don't know that factories were in Trinityville in St. Thomas. Yeah, however, with all of that said, this is a very interesting story, because I was tracing my ancestry, and my ancestry leads me back to Matthew George Lewis. That's Monk Lewis. But this man usual, like, he went around and documented the plantations and all of that. So doing the research, I came across Samuel Lewis, and I was checking if he was a part of the family. But I realized Samuel Lewis was one of the earlier owners of land grants in this area, because Samuel Lewis got this plantation, all of this over here, from King Charles II, alright, the Beckfords, Peter Beckford came to Jamaica. Peter Beckford was one of the richest planters in Jamaica. Alright, and he and Peter Beckford, one day they were arguing about politics, and he pulled his sword, and Peter Beckford used his own sword, used Samuel Lewis's sword to kill him, and that's how he died. So Peter Beckford ran away to France to avoid prosecution, but then being away in France, because they were already wealthy, the Beckford family became one of the wealthiest planter family in Jamaica. So Peter Beckford came back, and he became the head of he became a head member of the member of the assembly. You know, he was like the head of the assembly. So, you know, this goes to show how these people, they had money, they had influence and all of that. And then with the Richard Thompson, who purchased the land from Samuel Lewis, and his triplets, his daughters, who started to run the plantation. Guys, may have so much information for going to that place. It mix up. Alright, but this is really interesting. I was supposed to come here yesterday, but then the rain was falling, so I didn't get a chance. But you see, I actually came here before, but at that time, guys, when I went on the sites, I was rather nervous, and I didn't want to really explore the sites because I was scared. However, for some reason, I've lost my sense of fear, and I think that's bad, you know. But this is the warehouse. This was one of the warehouses that were here. Alright, somebody raised bees over here, and I big up to the farmer who I do this. I'm not gonna hear the bees them. You see them? I got too close. Like the boy if you rush me. Yeah guys, but this is the warehouse. I got too close to the bees them while I got them actually fly off of the camera. You see that on camera, right? So this is one of the warehouses, guys. Alright. So I'm not showing you something.
Tobacco farming in this region began sometimes in the late 1970s to 1980s, bringing a fresh wave of agricultural activity to Coley. The fertile soil and favorable climate of St. Thomas made it an ideal location for cultivating high-quality tobacco leaves, which were then processed and shipped to various markets.
That's another bees box, guys. Like, I don't want a bees bite hot. I prefer the wasp. But anyway, I will be showing you all that, guys, and I will be showing you the works yard. This is our next part of the factory.
As we walk through these historic warehouses, it's fascinating to think about their role during the tobacco farming era. These buildings were once bustling hubs where tobacco leaves were carefully cured, processed, and prepared for shipment.
Yeah, this was one of the first land grants in Jamaica. So he actually got lands that were here before. And what I actually found out, guys, St. Thomas is one of the places that had free villages first. Alright, there were a lot of free villages in St. Thomas. Even when the plantation era, the estate era, there were free villages where people had their own plantations and stuff like that. And I will provide links in the description below where you can find that information. Alright, because we are debunked this history now. Like, there were free people in Jamaica even during the time of slavery. Alright.
The tobacco produced here was exported to international markets, contributing to Jamaica's agricultural heritage. Over time, as the industry evolved, tobacco farming in Coley gradually came to an end around 1996. Today, as we explore these warehouses, we're stepping into a living piece of that history, witnessing the legacy of an era when tobacco farming was at its peak.
So this factory is basically modern, you know, as you can see. But yeah, this is the kitchen fittings. And you see the tile them both, you know. So I'm gonna show you guys the original great house of this estate. Alright. So let us just show this first, and then I will show you the original great house of this estate. Can you see it? Yeah, man. Alright, so we'll go over the plantation. May I see if I can go through here. Alright, I can go through here, so I'm gonna have to go back home. Yeah?
Now, to explore the rich history of Coley Plantation, we have to begin with Samuel Lewis, a prominent figure whose story is intertwined with the early English colonial presence in Jamaica. In 1671, Samuel Lewis was granted land by King Charles II, marking the beginning of what would eventually become the Coley Plantation. Samuel's personal life was marked by deep tragedy. He was married to Mary Bannister, who became Mary Lewis upon marriage. Sadly, Mary passed away at just 18 years old, and she was buried in the old parish church burial ground in Spanish Town, a place reserved for the colonial elite. This poignant detail reminds us of the personal losses amidst the broader historical landscape.
Yeah, deal it. Yeah. Are they building them over here? I come back, come do, man.
Oh, so
You know the history about the building them over here?
no,
Touch
because
it, yeah.
really and truly, a town I come from.
Oh,
but I have
true.
a people, my mother and something else reside up here, you know.
Oh.
So me hear about the tobacco thing where that go on.
Yeah, man.
You know,
all
them
up this
time
side.
there.
Yeah.
But you have to check the elder them.
Well,
If,
you see the tobacco thing and I really that.
Mhm.
And the most of the slave history me I go off of. The tobacco thing, my born come see it, man. I hope you someone tobacco the plant over there, so whole heap, you know, bro. Amount of tobacco head over there, so.
That me here.
Big up. Guys, can you see? One donkey that, you know. More for them tail. Yeah, come. Yeah, come. Now if you want to touch him, guys, tell me if you touch him. Come. You know I'm touch him. I know I'm touch him. You know I'm touch him. This is the Robert Lightburn house, guys. So it's kind of bushed up now, but I'll try to see if we can go in the same way. Alright. And there should be history about this house as we go along. Yeah? Wow, drop, man, drop, you know. Guys, the house is completely torn down. So our next piece over there, so we'll go over there. So. But this house was huge, you know, guys. If you notice, the house is completely torn down. I have video clips from when I came over here, which I can show you when the house was still intact in a way. But now it's all torn down. Alright. So if we go over the next side. I still have all of the colonial buildings, the boiler house, the curing house, and all of that for sure, you guys. Alright? But let us explore this first. Yeah? See the original construction, you guys. That's the original construction. Yeah, but this is not the original great house, guys. So one of the window them they drop out down there, so.
Now, as the plantation grew, Samuel Lewis's legacy intertwined with powerful figures of the time. The narrative even takes a darker turn, with Peter Beckford, a member of the influential Beckford family. Peter Beckford, known for his wealth and power, was indeed part of the famous Beckford dynasty. In 1697, Peter Beckford killed Samuel Lewis with Lewis's own sword, claiming it was during a duel. Me used to them to argue over politics. Seriously. To escape prosecution, Beckford fled to France. But after the case was dropped, he returned and continued his political career, becoming Speaker of the Jamaican House of Assembly. The Beckfords, one of the wealthiest families in the British Empire, controlled numerous plantations and a vast number of enslaved people, shaping the economic and the social landscape of Jamaica in the 1700s.
Original construction, guys. Yeah. Original construction. This is under the basement of the house, peeps. Notice all original construction. It's just stones. Yeah, if you look, it's just stones and lime. A lot of people think it's cement, but it's lime. That is what they used back then. Yeah. So this is the house from this side. And look on a step here. We can go upstairs. This is upstairs, guys. You want to notice how the floor is still? I'm not go walk on it. You know, this is upstairs of the house. So this would have been the overseer's mansion. Yeah. Why this place I try dropping on my face? Alright guys, so let me show you the house from this angle. That's what left of the house. And they said Robert Lightburn normally lived over here. I'm not sure, I haven't got any detailed information about that. However, I have so much more to show you guys. Let's move on. Alright. Now this is an outer shed. I'm not sure what this was used for, but this is an outer shed that was built along with the house. Whoa, this ripening up, peeps. It ripe. Wow, and you see that? I put on my phone. Let me show you all this. Guys, it's ripe. When I say when I want to eat fruits and them things up on the street, I don't eat mango. I don't like water, but this, I love this. Guys, I've never done this before, but I like that something there. One of my favorite fruit. Wonder if no more in that tree. Right now, I wonder if no more in the tree, peeps, cause I take up my phone. I don't see no more. No, them on a green. Them full still in about because I'm not gonna bring them home still for ripe them. I prefer eat it ripe off of the tree. Anyway, let us go see what's around here. We still look for more, you know. I don't even know if I them done here sweet sap or custard apple, but anyway, I like them. Them nice. I always eat them at St. Elizabeth. Guys, so this is another building that accompanied the building, and if you look, this is old construction. Yeah. So this seems to have been a bathroom, but with this right here, could have been a grave. But it could have been something where you put 3 stone pan and cook. I don't know what this is. I am starting to wonder if this was a grave. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, alright? You know, let me know what you think. Because, I don't know, this look like one grave. Yeah? But anyway, let's move on. The circular building here. That's around from the next side. Because there's some old construction around here, you know, guys. See the building that's on that side here? That's the house over there. Yeah. But I'm showing you something. Something I never expect. Say, they're over there. These are some stones. Yeah? Alright. Look at stone. There's a building around here and I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna go back up here, so. There should be old construction of the old great house that was here. Yeah, because the original house was here. Guys, and this other house that was here, this plantation is one of the earlier plantations which was started in 1671. However, they write that they wrote that when they came here they saw structures here. You know, there was the sugar, what them call it, the sugar boiling house and all of that. So when were these places built? Let me show you some of them places, guys. Maka. Whoa. Let me show you some of them places. Alright. Because we have construction, there should be construction here same way, and yeah, there is construction, guys. If you want to look, there's construction, there's stone walls along here, but I know that me I talk about still. I show you what me I talk about.
Historical records show that a man named Richard Thompson acquired this land from Samuel Lewis in the 1690s. From here, sugar was planted, processed, and exported across the Atlantic, feeding the wealth of the British Empire. But like many plantations, the owners rarely lived here. Overseers and the stewards ran the day-to-day operations, while profits flowed back to Britain. Yet, when you look at these surviving stone structures, the massive masonry, the mills, the boiling houses, you start to ask, who actually built this?
You notice that? This is all of the rubble that is packed up along here. They pushed this building, so it's no longer here for us to see. However, let me see if no night left still. Wanna see this? I'm marking this now, guys. But anyway, they pushed this building. So all of the stone walls that were here, all along there, this was the original great house, guys. But for some reason this building was pushed down and it is no longer here. So we now have nothing to see. The building, I wonder if that's the warehouse so I just come out. You see that building over there, sir? Alright, well anyway, I'll go down further. Piece of building I don't know, so guys. When you look, the building, it was there but they pushed it. They pushed it away. You see me? Like nobody enough here. Really see it. Then I look at bathroom. These are bathrooms. Restrooms. Yeah, these are restrooms. You can see how them built. You see, after doing this a while, guys, you can actually look on a building and just know exactly what it was. You don't want to sit down in there? Tell me. Alright, I'm going to show you down in there. The who say yes. That's down in the toilets. Yeah? That's down in the toilet. Yeah? That's down in the toilet. So, let me go down further because the last time I was here I didn't really go further. I just did film one place. Let me go down further and see what happened down here. So this is the next building. I'm not sure what was in here, but I'm gonna look still. Look like an office building. But it look like a bathroom was around there. Here. One room right there. Guys, we're still not been to the overseer's house or nothing like that. I'm gonna show you that now. I just wanted to show you all this. Alright.
By the late 1600s, Jamaica already had roads, settlements, and complex plantation infrastructure. Estates like Coley weren't just farms. They were industrial sites, complete with storage buildings, villages, and everything a plantation needed to operate. Today, most of that history is gone, swallowed by the bush, but the ruins remain.
Finally, I lost my shades. Hopefully I can see it when I go back up. It drop off from my bag, the pin up and back, but it drop off. Okay, so that's the building that we came out of a while ago, guys. Yeah. Them here are the stone building over here. Where them lick down the old great house. See the stone them there? That's how they built it. Them lick it down and they built the one that I showed you guys a while ago. So now we'll go over the works yard. I'm not showing you the whole of the building. Okay? There are a lot of buildings over here, guys. Me hear a mad cow, you hear him? Guys, what is over here? So? Oh, the warehouse was down there and this is the house. Alright. Yeah, we've been over the house already. So I go around at the colonial building. See warehouse down there? Now was just no. So I go over the colonial buildings. That's the step that we went up when we were going up into the great house. We call it the Robert house. Alright, so yeah. What time shoes this? Yeah guys, so we're heading over into the works yard. I'm gonna show you all the plantation buildings, all the estate buildings, and I'm gonna also show you the cell that it is alleged that Paul Bogle was locked up in when the Maroons held on to him before he was transferred from Moranbia. Alright, so I'm gonna show you that, guys. Guys, them something here. You see them something here? Wanna see them there? Them juke, and when my hand touch them, they'll just juke me. Dog over here. Hope them alright, cause like they must alright. Cause me a man, them a dog. Alright, so that's a tractor. Those are the dogs. Not a small dog them. This is one of the column them here with the house, guys. This is a column of the house. There was a bus parked here at once. This was a bus that brought the workers into the farm. Yeah, it was attached to a tractor right there. And this is the bus. It transported the workers into the farm. And then it went there and parked for lunch, where them could have get to eat lunch and them thing there. But now we're going there still, guys, cause what's in there. And I knew what was in there from the last time I came here. I showed a clip from that. As of wasps. There was another bus there, the peeps right over there. What's like, whoa. You see them a fly? Look there. Guys, this was the connection that was welded onto the bus to pull it. Alright, so the story was actually correct that I heard. You are going there, boss? You not going there?
No, sir.
Come on, go in there, count and share them.
No,
No, you don't go count and see them. And see much people it can hold.
No, boy, what's bite me up?
So you know how to tell them how much people it hold.
Remember, you're scared of cow, me scared of wasp. So why you want me going to the bus with the wasp?
I mean, you are going there.
Me and you?
Yeah,
No, you
me
go
first I go.
You go first. You go first, I'm going to come after.
I won't come back.
Alright.
This is one of the building, this is one of the overseer houses. This has all been gone to ruins. The last time I was here, move! The last time I was here, this was in good standing. And I look upon it. You see that column there? Alright. So I'm gonna go around here. I'm gonna show you the cell that it's alleged that Paul Bogle was locked up in before the marshals came for him and he was brought to Morant Coronia people. When you see him there? And like right where the cow is, that's where you have to walk, go in our part, the cell there. If I walk go up there so still, so let me see if I go straight up. Go on. Move. Move. A lot of cows around here, guys. Well, I know them now come back me up in the building still. I don't think they would do that. But these buildings, this one right here. Move! This round building right here that you're seeing. I'm gonna show you how the plantation looked from back then. I think I would have shown you before, but I'm gonna show you how it looked from back then, so you can have an understanding of how it looked. Alright? See, this is a concrete column over here. We call it a brick column. This is a brick column over here. So on the Coley Plantation around here would have been the jail. Yeah? And it's alleged that Paul Bogle was locked up around here before he was brought to Morant Bay. Let's see that? The tree growth. How they stone them. Why them cow here come back? If you run down in the bush, then it not go benefit them. Because they can't catch me in the bush. So the wall the guys. Watch him. See him there? You see him? Him gone there, so gonna stand up. Oh no, come back out. Anyway, I'm not paying no mind right now. Yeah, so you notice this is a rather old building. And they said that the jail was here that Paul Bogle was locked up in. I'll show you that, guys. But you notice the board, these boards, even if the oral history is not true, but these boards are over 100 years old. Yeah? So let me go down further. And look here. And you see that? The marker take off my cap. Alright, so let me go down further. This board is more than 100 years old. Alright? We should know that for a fact. And see the bricks? Alright, so this is just one building. And we have got like 5 buildings to cover. Yeah? This is down in the back. This is zinc from back then. This is another opening right here. I'm not sure what these openings were for. I think these openings, because if you look, the wall was built out of stone, right? But the openings were built out of bricks. So I think these bricks were placed here after the structure was built, because a lot of these places were built before 1671. So the Spanish did build them, so then the English come and them just redo the thing and make it look like them did do it, you know, guys. So this is what I want to show y'all. This is a well behind the building. Yeah, wanna see this? Wanna see this? This is a well behind the buildings. Now the folktale is that slave into this pit, that it was a dungeon, but I do not believe that. I believe it was a well for water. You understand? Because plantation was big and just these buildings that you see here were boiler houses, and I'm gonna show you from front view and show you that these buildings were boiler houses, you know, but they had jails down here. You understand? Most of these plantations are jails. You see me? So this is part of the wall, guys. Going back around. See the zinc there? Those are the old zincs from the original estate. Alright. Around here, we got the original wall right here. That's going up. Yeah, guys, and this is the Coley Plantation, as I'm telling you. This is older construction. I'm gonna look if nothing the tree, so I don't like the smell when I get around here still. You see me? But this is older construction, as you all can see. We're not even have to say too much time. You know? This is from back then. You see, take a close look at old construction. It's not cement, it's lime with stones. You know, they ground up the stone and mix it with the lime and use it as mortar to hold the stones together. You know? So, we could go back around at the front. I'm going to show you the rest of the buildings. Alright. Right here where I'm walking, it seems like there was a pit here or something because it sounds hollow. You know? But anyway, I'm already deep on the ground. And if me that sink, would have sink already. What is inside here? Wanna hear that sound? Why in there? Not in there. I think something would have in there. This brick look like it will fall anytime soon if you really rock on it too hard, that it will fall. So I don't want to be the person that is here when it falls. This is the building. And the damage through that window. So we'll go back around. I'm showing you, say this was actually a boiler house still now, guys. Before, if there was a jail here, it was a boiler house before the jail was added. I'm gonna go over here, so. Piece of water, guys. Alright, and look, it's me telling you, sir, I want to hold me up on, you know, and look under there, so. Now should be camera for that. I'm gonna tell you what I see. Not down there. Not down there. Come like I just wall down there, but still hold it. But where me stand, it feels as if it's hollow. This is a boiler house. And the zinc drop down, but me I show you from a footage where you can understand. I don't want to rock on them all too hard because they will drop. Guys, this side and the next side. You see that? This is another boiler house, and I'm gonna show you that from a footage that you can understand. If you look at the roof, it's the original roof. You know? The original roof. Yeah? The original walls. This was a boiler house. See that, guys? Original walls, you know. But if you notice, these bricks, they were placed after. When you hear that when I stamp on the ground, this seems to have been hollow. It seemed to have been hollow. I'm not sure what's under there, but it's hollow. And right here, as you notice, when you come from far, you can notice that something was blocked up there. either a door or a window. These places were used sometimes for different purposes over the eras, you know. Like in one era it was used for something, and then in the next era it was used for something else. I'm gonna go under here, so. Now look what down there, so. The building over there, so guys. I'm gonna look under there, so. So out the next side. Alright, nothing around here, so. Yeah. So it seems like this was actually a boiler house for real. So the bricks again. If you notice, these stones are mixed in, so this is original, guys. This was not built back. All of this right here is original. Going up to right here. And then if you look over there, it's a different construction. And if you look over there, so different construction also. So you realize these places were not just built as boiler houses, they were built and constructed for a next purpose, and then they were used for boiler houses. But this site will tell us a lot about history, because this is one of the first sites, the first estates that were on the land grant. This is one of the first estates that people actually got free. See the columns, guys. You see the column? This is one of the estates that people actually got free. The first ones, you know, with the estate grants with Samuel Lewis. So a lot of these buildings were here before they even came here, because they themselves wrote that they came here and saw buildings. And this was an early estate from 1671. So who built the buildings that were here now? Alright, so that's where we're coming from. Go over this, so peeps. For some reason I'm afraid of cow today now. Piece of building over this, you know. Piece of building over this. I'm gonna go over there. Don't look for me. What? Alright. I'm not about to go over there now, peeps. You see it? Look, over there, so. Piece of building over there, so. Watch out, I'm coming now. See building over there, so guys. Piece of stone wall over there, so. I don't know what's still. Him gone. Let me go look. Alright, that's some stone. It's not a building, guys. Some stone. Yeah? So we'll go back out here, so. And go around.
From the 1600s onward, Jamaica's landscape was transformed by a diverse array of plantations. In the early colonial period, sugarcane plantations became the dominant force, especially as the island's economy grew in the 17th and 18th centuries. By the 18th century, Jamaica was home to hundreds of sugar estates, each varying in size and scale. These plantations played a central role in shaping the island's economic development. In addition to sugar, coffee plantations also flourished, particularly in the island's mountainous regions, such as the Blue Mountains. While fewer in number compared to sugar estates, coffee plantations still made significant contributions to the island's agriculture and economy.
What in there, sir? Oh, that's just an entrance we got in at the next room. It's this stone wall here, peeps. That would be an entrance we got over into this room. I'm gonna go around this still, I can't walk here. So. Go look down here, sir. You see how down here, so guys? Original stone wall. Now, the thing is, we're in the basement, you know, it's just that we have windows down here also. You know? Yeah. Them bush are tiny up. Bird pepper. Yeah guys, them are bird pepper. I pick some of them and I bring up some of them. You know, I swallow 2 of them now, but I bring up some of them. I mean, no one comes here, so I can't pick all of them though. There's green one left on the anyway, them all get ripe, so if somebody else come, then can get some. I pick everything now still. These, Guys who know about bird pepper, let the audience know in the comment section down below. Alright. But I forget all of them. We can't see them and leave them. No possible way. Alright, so down here, so something down here, so too. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so guys, that was a bird pepper tree. I'll go around the next room and see what going around there, so. Yeah, so they come through? Alright, through this. Alright, we'll come down here, so. Go around this and see what going. This is our next room. Part of the building there. Alright, so you see some block there right there, so that in the build back around the side here now, you see? We have blocks here. Modern blocks. Alright, so that's not historical. I'm here to call them and move and walk up on them. So I'll go back through. Well, we are not back in another room here. Where that room I go? You never come down another room. Alright. So we're gonna start early. We're gonna have work still. Alright, so I reach back at the entrance. Go, move. See him there? Don't play with me now. Don't play with me. No, I'm afraid I keep on a screech
In
up on my
addition to
brethren.
these crops, however, Jamaica also had numerous pens, which were smaller agricultural estates focused on livestock and other forms of farming. Over time, the number of plantations in Jamaica grew steadily. By the mid-1800s, it's estimated that Jamaica had around 2,500 plantations and pens combined, encompassing a variety of crops and agricultural activities. So in summary, from the 1600s through to the abolition of slavery, Jamaica's economy was built on a diverse range of plantations, sugar, coffee, livestock, each contributing to the island's rich, complex history. And we should also take into consideration that they also did redwood, logwood, they did cotton, they did pimento. They did a lot. So this should give you an understanding of the plantation era in Jamaica.
So come say it echo and it sound like one dog, you know. This is a modern building, as you all can notice. I love exploring. This place is nice. This is a modern building. The cow going around here, so I let me follow him and torment him just like when I torment me. He going around through the bush. Old buildings are there still now, guys, as you notice. Yeah. Old buildings right here. But I'm not really going further still now, because these are not the buildings that I came to look for. The ones that I came to look for are listed. So I'm going to show you all that and we can get out of here. Alright. We'll head up to the next building, to the third building. There's a building out there also. There's one over there also. But we'll go up at that one here. I'm showing you that. But it's 3:55 at the moment. I like these hours to film. Alright, so question of the day, and this will let me know if you watch this video this far. What is this called? You know what this? I'm gonna go closer. You know what this? Clean out and light. Somebody pack up wood under there. Big for light. You see? Wood go under there, so there's a clue already. And then you have here, and then you have up there. What's this building known as? Somebody tell me the name of this building. What is this known as? Alright, clue you use for lunchtime, but tell me what name. Alright, so we'll move further. I'm showing the building up here, so I think one next building supposed to run here, so if I'm not lying. No, building around this. What is warrior? The guys, I thought me just walk through a while ago, you know. You never see it. Hold on. Them put, oh, this is the modern. And put some stone on there to read about that. The modern. We'll go up for the next house. This at the modern overseer house in our time. Alright, because this was an early plantation, but it was a late running estate also, which ran way up into the 1800s. Yeah, so I roomed over there, so I'm not going there. The roof not up on this, so nothing I go drop down for me. So you see, it's modern, they had electricity. Yeah, up on the veranda. Look, go around here. So this is a window. Let me see if this is grill, because you can't tell from the fact that no grill, no, did it? Yeah, this is grill. See? It did grill, but somebody cut off the grill. Maybe they sell it for scrap metal, or maybe the owner of them cut it off. Yeah? Go around here, so. So our next room. Electricity did run here. So our next window. The grill and cut off same way. Yeah? Grill and cut off same way. So I'm not even check that one because we know the grill and cut off. This is the bathroom. The face basin come out, the toilet come out, but the bathtub is still here. Pipe fitting still here. The shower fitting come out. The mesh still there, but the window gone. The tile them still in the bathroom. You could see that this was a very nice house, you know, guys. It would be like where you keep your towels and stuff like that, because the bathroom is there. So you know, say towel and thing them that they right here. So you see me. And you could have keep shoes and thing down there, so up on the second counter, and keep disinfectant and bathroom cleaner down on the bottom floor. Yeah, I could go on the next room. Alright, I could go here so first. This is our back room, and see, I like how them build this, because on the back of the first one, you have a next shelf right here where you can keep, you know, things on the counter them. I not see nothing. Oh yeah, you'd have the pole or that stretch from here to here, so you could hang up your clothes them and everything, and you can have your shoes on the floor. But this is like a kid room, like a child room, just a light switch, nothing else, you know. You could go around here, go through the passage. This is the master bathroom. Yeah, this is the master bathroom. This is the larger one. A bucket of water still in here, and the yeah, bathroom window is gone. Pipe fitting still here. The shower head gone, but the pipe is still there. The tile is still intact. This wasn't all that old. We'll go in another room here. They have a bathroom inside here. No, they have a closet space. No shelves for shoes or anything like that, but you have somewhere to hang your clothes on. Yeah. There's a window to the back, and then have a back veranda. May I go around there. And one light switch. This is a guest room. Anybody where know about house and have house, them can correct me if you can, or if I'm correct, let me know. Alright, we could go around here. So now, this is the kitchen counter. You have one little plug in. You have one next plug in over there, so about the plug in here for the kettle. You see me? Under the counter, you have the sink over here. You know, you have a light switch over your sink. You know, you have the next light switch there, which is important. You know, you put the stove in the middle and you cook. So you have a sink right here. Yeah. So going from the back, this is a back balcony or a back veranda. It's already grilled up. I may see something I never did see before, but I'm soon showing you that, guys. Alright, so I know that's something I never did see before when they come here now. This is another little room right here. This seems to be right in the middle of plugs and everything around here, so one plug in, one switch. Oh, this is a washroom, guys, because that switch here would be for the machine as they let out for the water and them thing there. And the pipes. This would be for the machine going at the back. So this would have been a washroom area, guys. Yeah? Alright, let me show you the back around here so now. This is something around this room. I never did see the first time I come here, and I really want to show you all that, guys. Alright, this is where we came in. Alright, so I could go around here so show this. This is one kids room, a little child's room. You can plug in, switch on wall. Just a little child's room. You have a little closet right here. Yeah, let me show you around here, so. Wow, cobweb, wanna see that? Then tie me up. Bathroom. Pipe fittings gone, shower head gone, just the shower curtain rod left. And the wash them up there, so. But this is a bathroom and it exit out to the back. I don't know why I do that, not safe. But anyway, We go back through. So coming around here, we'll go back out on the back and look for the round here. So there's no more house around here, right? No construction around here. You see, these are the older constructions, you know, guys, from back then in the Spanish days. But all of that information will be in the video, and you would have already seen that before. If you look, these are the old construction for the great house, because the great house is big and it stretch from way down this to come right up, you know. So this is the older construction stretching coming up. You know, these people, they built really huge, and because they were Scottish, they normally built, you know, the Roman design. So you know, them built some really huge buildings, you know. Not sure what this was. This could have been, I'm not sure. Could have been outside bathroom or a seat or something, I don't know. I'm not sure what that is, and if I don't know, I just don't know. You know, I'm not gonna say what I know if I don't know. These are the building we're just in, guys. Yeah. So we're on the Coley Plantation. However, this, I'm not sure what this is. What y'all think this is? Boy, look, you know. Right, this one. We have old construction, same way. We have 2 pieces of iron I go across this, so I don't know them before. Alright, so if building run away, I go find them, because I go back further. But what is this, guys? It looks like a chimney. Yeah? But I don't know what. So I look. Hopefully some was in there. So I can get some excitement. Alright, so guys, look here. This are like steel, you know, man, tough steel we can't be broken, you know. And what's that? You know, this are steel. Why you build something like this? What's this made for? Like, what up there, so? Not them part there. What on there? I want to find out. Look at this weird. What up there, so? I didn't see this the first time I came here, but what up there, so? Guys, what up there, so? Is it a lookout tower? Cause that be long time, you know, that's steel, you know, man. Like real steel, you know, man. Like bullets can't go through that, you know, like that before its time. That is way ahead of its time. What's that? How them get up in there? I don't see no door. Oh, no, man. How them get up in this? No door, no door on us either. How them get up in this? Hold on. Oh, it's a tank, guys. See, water pipe here. Yeah, water go up there. But I don't trust it. I think water go up there still, you know. And then we can't pull this. No, I can't pull this thing with a spanner. I don't think water go up there. Why? So, oh, where the water go in? This is metal, you know. We are doing all a little bit of water up on a plantation like this. This couldn't do nothing for the plantation. Like, I know what, can't water go in at that. Why water would go in at that? What would I do with that? Seriously, on a plantation like this, what would I do with a little bit of water there? What kind of water? Special water? I don't know. But this is weird. Where them walk go up there? No entrance, not around it, so. No entrance, not around at the back either. So one pipe that come out. You see it? Water up there for through. Like a catchment, them catch rainwater. Alright, I'm look around at the back. Come fast around at the back around so. Let's see what they run. Oh yeah, top there so. One tree this. Tree chop down. I'm go around there so. Let's go around there so. At least my bypass the cow them so. You know, you see them in the round on the background there, so and you look all around there, so. No, down this one. But you can see say stone did used to build something around here still now. A lot of buildings around here them there before the Spanish. I'm not sure why. You know? I'll go further and see what I go. Alright, no more building up this up that side there. So I'm gonna go back down. Time my shoes this. Okay guys, so we are going back around to the front and I'll show you all the last of the buildings. Okay, here there was something being built because you know they used stones back then, so anytime you see stones packed up like this and you realize it has been packed up from back then, because you can notice, you know, you can know that, well, it was either a quarry or they were using the stones to construct a building. Yeah, and we have cut stone around here too, if you notice, a lot of stones. Yeah, so I'll go through. Oh, that's a tree. So wall there, stone wall right there, so guys, you see that? Stone wall, peeps. Could be a grave also. Yeah. And next shoes this. Alright, so that's the house that we were just in. Yeah. Alright, so we'll go down further. I'm showing the rest of the building them. There's a building out there, guys, and there should be one over here. I didn't see this one when I came here, but now look at me, I can find it. Even the ruins of it. Because the stone wall them, yeah, this is one of the wall them, guys. Whoa, guys, this is one of the wall there. This is one of the wall. Yeah, can you see it? Alright, so with this being here, I'm going to show you the Copper River, because you remember, alright, with this I'm going to show you all the Copper River, because y'all remember I went to the Copper Hole. The Copper River was used by the Coley Plantation, so I think they should have some water mill down there, like a water wheel or something like that, because they used it and it's listed on their documents. This is a wall I'm walking on, either a gully wall or a retaining wall for the water, but this ran out into the Copper River, because the Copper River is down the road there, but this, when it ran out, it went into the Copper River. Alright, so you know, this is an old stone wall right here. Okay, so I'm gonna follow it and see what the upper is. Alright, so this would have went that way. They curved the water. Nothing over here. So this would have went this way, so I'm gonna follow it. Recognize the bike. Look over this one. There are no buildings over there. So hold on, I'm gonna go check, because I never checked the last time. I check. But I'm gonna check. I know more than I'm gonna check on it. I said I don't know about it. Stone walls right there. Stone walls. Alright, so we are going to look on the building over there, so that's what. I think this building over here was the payments office, where you would have gone to collect your pay after you worked on the plantation, but this was after the abolition of slavery. but it lasted way up into the 19th and 1800s. So yeah, let me show you that. My time shoes this again. Alright, so it look like the cow them are go around, peeps. You see that? I cow them there, you know. But you know me now go there so till them the cow there pass and gone. And you see that I be a cow them there go around. How that bus there? Oh. Can't see up on the camera, see there far, is it? I cow them here film. Yeah guys, so this would have been a payment office. Where they come and collect your pay. Yeah? When I work on the plantation. And as me talk about that, somebody tell me what the building over there with the little hose, with the little pipe coming through it, that I asked what it would have been. Somebody tell me what it would have been, because I'm not sure if anyone knows what that was, and that was very important back then. You know? Yeah man. So we'll go further. You call them the peeps. You call them and go around. Well, if I cover them, I don't know, I'm afraid I cover this one. Next building, well, I would say this is the only one which is standing, which you could say is still in good order. So you cover them, the peeps. Well, if I cover, I'm glad I'm never there when they go around. You see them? I'm around them, you know. I'm not afraid of them. I feel him cover them still. Alright, so yeah, we'll head up on the front. I'll show you the last building now. Alright, yeah, peeps, gonna follow me. Yeah, guys, so this would have been the last building, and this would have been like a secretary post where there were two offices, and I don't know if a secretary them call them back then, but they would be here where you'd have to pass through before you go up on the plantation, or on the estate rather. You understand? You know, so it's no longer accessible. This was one of the older buildings that were here and were rebuilt on. You can't even find none of the old construction. If you notice all right, this old build, one step ago, but still that's not an entrance. This was rebuilt like 3 different times, you know. So I wouldn't be able to find evidence of the old construction that was here, but we still have searched, you know. But this was the, what I would say, the secretary office. I don't know if they call it, I don't know what they called it back then, and I can't use a name if I'm not sure, but I'm just saying that, you know. You see that, guys? I can show you a beer, you know. But this was the building at the front of the estate that you would come first before you go on the estate. That's the warehouse down there, the factory that went first. Yeah, and let me see what happened next. Yeah, guys, so that, when you look there, you see them old construction, huh? This was a spillway. I don't call it gutter back then, you know. This was a spillway, because whenever time them channel water, it was always channeled for a reason. It went under the road and came out over here. This is a old Jamaican steel right here. You see this? Old Jamaican steel. Yeah? Steel was being, this is a wrought iron, if you notice. When you look, let me show you. When you look, this is a wrought iron. Yeah? This is what made the culvert under the road back then, and it run out over here. You know? Wrought iron, guys, this will never break. This over there until the day they were there. Christian talk about. Anyway, so guys, this was the Coley Plantation, and I think I've given you all the history about the Coley Plantation. If there's anything left out, please let me know in the comment section down below, and if there's anywhere that you want me to go, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll also go there. It's really a pleasure having you all here, guys. And look there, see the gate column them there, the Coley Plantation gate columns, they are still here. Yeah, the original columns. Alright, so if you all enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet subscribed to Elite Jamaica, consider subscribing, because that really does help the channel. Alright, so check out the extra clips which are coming next. And thank you all for watching. Stay blessed.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for watching this video. Alright, so if you reached so far, I just want to say this. The Paul Bogle jail, the jail that Paul Bogle was alleged to have been locked up in, I did not put a clip of that in this video because I still haven't verified that information. Nothing is confirmed. And as the years go by, the more information I get, it's the more it seems like a myth rather than reality. However, I still haven't disproved it either. Alright, so as the time go by, we'll find out whether or not it was true. Alright, the tobacco industry that was in St. Thomas, it ran from, I think, in the late 60s or 70s up until 1996. Anyone was that information, the exact date of opening, can let me know in the comment section, please. When I was filming yesterday, I was rather confused. I'm not sure if it's because of the amount of information I had on the place, or I don't know, maybe just made I get confused with the information. So if you notice the voiceover, there's information in the voiceover which I didn't even remember to put in the video when I was filming. It's a good thing I use voiceovers. Even with when I went down to where the Paul Bogle jail is alleged to be. As you notice, I walked right past it. Even speaking about jails on the plantation, I didn't remember that I should show that. Well, in that time, in that scene right there, I think it was because I was focusing on the cows, why I didn't remember. But yeah, it was a great experience to be back, and it's good to find more information, as always, you know. But until we meet again here in Elite Jamaica, I just want to say thank you for watching again. Stay blessed, and y'all have a wonderful day.